Mama.
Yes, Rel.
Mama.
Go ahead, Rel.
So why don't they fix me?
Rel, you know why.
Because I'm not broken. I'm not broken. Shy?
No, try again.
We're in a ship.
Yes?
Impossible speed. Get on the brink of gap constant.
I think so. You're better with that stuff, but it's amazing, isn't it?
I'm not broken. It's my turn to ask the questions. Mama. Mama. Mama.
Bonsoir à tous. On se retrouve pour un nouveau stream spécial Warframe Devstream, surtout ce soir, dans quelques minutes, dans une dizaine de minutes. Donc j'espère que ça va vous plaire, que les nouveautés qui arrivent prochainement seront géniales. Je vous laisserai avec le stream du coup de Warframe pendant 1h30 jusqu'à 21h15 et on se retrouvera pour un stream à partir de 21h30 en plus pour jouer, à faire un petit récap en même temps. Voilà, soit je fais un récap avant, soit je fais un récap après. Donc on va voir tout ça et puis on va voir un peu tout ça, tout ce qui va arriver. Voilà. Les honor sons and daughters hide the hurt of who we are. Par contre, j'ai vu pourquoi. Strong united, working to be for the air and water flowing hard. We call our own push to keep the dark from coming. Feel the weight of one we hold. Yes, with all our sons and daughters, heart of who we hold, making peace to build our future, strong, united, working for, and we all adrift, and we all adrift together, bonsoir. Next, and we all fest together, together. Bonsoir à ceux qui sont là, bonsoir à tous. Out the land we call our home, push to keep the dark from coming, feel the weight of one we there's Alors, on va aller voir tout ça. Together. Next, do we all flesh together? Bon, ouais, j'ai pas mis de. J'en ai pas mis. En image peut-être. J'ai pas mis de. Je vais essayer d'en ajouter un truc webcam. J'ai pas mis la cam. Donc j'arrive, je vais essayer de vous mettre une cam, au moins un truc de cam quoi. C'est lequel? C'est le Pride machin, mes couilles. Oh putain, puis ça se trouve, je l'ai pas. Par contre, j'ai rien à l'écran. Attendez. Pam, padam, pam, 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 padam, pam, padam, pam, padam, pam. Là, faut que je rajoute ça, mais du coup, j'ai pas de. Guigui, comment Guigui va faire ça? Je vais prendre ça, je vais essayer de retrouver là-dedans s'il y a un truc intelligent. Hop, alors j'arrive. C'est vraiment stream du bled ce soir. Non. C'est là, hop. Le stream est lancé, Warframe. Oui, alors ça c'est pas mal. Alors ils sont bien mignons. Mais du coup j'utilise quoi pour faire les webcams? C'était quoi ça? C'est pas le bon. C'est quoi ça? Ah, moi ça va pas me saouler 10 ans, hein? Hop, on va venir en comme ça. Bon, elle est vraiment à l'arrache, hein. Pardon pour le son. Je m'en excuse d'avance. Ah, je l'ai pas mis. Je l'ai point mis. Ah, non. J'arrive. J'arrive. Tam, padam, pam, 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 padam, pam, padam, padadam, dam, tam, padam, pam, 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 padam, dam, 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 dam. Et voilà, let's go, c'est parti. Hop, je vous ai pas mis le son. Hop, je vous le descends et on l'écoute après le son. Pam, 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 pam. Tac. Ce que j'aurais bien voulu avoir, ouais, c'est un petit truc exprès pour faire une webcam, quoi. Ah, il n'y a plus le son? Ah, il y a eu un crash de chez Warframe. Alors attendez. Ça va revenir, ça arrive, ne vous inquiétez pas, ça revient. Ça arrive. Ne vous inquiétez pas, Warframe revient très vite. Du coup, j'ai dit qu'il fallait que je vous rajoute ça, donc je vais essayer de voir. C'est pas screen? Non, c'est overway. Ça revient. Ne vous inquiétez pas, ça revient très vite. Je crois que c'est ça. Alors attendez. En même temps, je fais tous les nouveaux trucs. Donc ça arrive et moi aussi j'arrive au même moment. Donc pas d'inquiétude. J'arrive. Hop. Ah. Parce que je l'ai pas mis en boucle. Voilà. Hop. J'arrive. Bonsoir. Voilà. Stream du bled de chez Guigui. Par contre, non, pas 9 minutes. Hein. Moi j'ai pété un câble. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Pam 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 pam. Voilà. J'espère que vous me voyez encore. Hein. Bonsoir. Pam, pam, da, 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 pam, 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 da, da, da. Oula oui, le cheval il est resté coincé dans la porte ou c'est moi? Oula, je la gouille. Pas moi. Je crois que j'ai plein de stream. Je crois que j'ai le stream en surplus qui est là. Refresh, we're alive. No. Nice. Puis vous allez avoir ma réaction en même temps. En premier plan, on va dire. Pam pam pam. J'espère que vous allez bien. Ceux qui regardent la vidéo, bah bonjour à tous. Du coup aujourd'hui petit Devstream pour ceux qui rejoignent aussi ici sur Twitch. Donc petit Devstream 174 en direct là tout de suite. Voilà voilà pour ceux qui se posent un peu la question de ce que c'est. Donc voilà voilà. Oui j'ai mélangé deux thèmes, c'est pas mon problème. Hop. Donc j'espère que le petit Devstream va être bien pour vous, pour moi aussi. Voilà, voilà. Par contre, je vais peut-être changer. Je vais peut-être pas vous mettre ça. Je vais vous mettre le mien peut-être. Je vais vous faire une capture d'écran comme ça, vous aurez en même temps le même visu que moi. Ouais. Hop. On va remplacer tout de suite ça. Hop. On me voit plus, on me voit plus. C'est pas grave, on me voit plus, j'arrive dans 2 secondes. On me voit. Hop. Ça devrait être bon. Hop. Comme ça, vous aurez ma réaction en même temps. C'est parti, let's go. Puis je vous remonte un peu le son et puis on y va. C'est parti pour le Devstream 174. Bon Devstream à tous.
Jump scare! Hi everybody! Welcome to Devstream 174. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about the little technical difficulty at the beginning. Refresh.
Yeah, what happened there, Megan?
I don't know, Steve. Maybe your new CEO power is too strong for this.
Stream's haunted, stream's haunted. So excited to have everyone here today. We got lots to talk about. So much to talk about. It's crazy.
Thanks, Steve. All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to introduce the lovely people on this couch. We'll start at that end.
Hello, hello. My name is Pablo. I am the design director, and I'm dressed today as Pablo from Devstream 167. You guys know the fit. So.
Love it. Sir?
Coucou Cyrnec.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm DE Steve. Been here for a long time, and really excited to talk about some lots coming for Tenno today. Just really excited about graphic stuff today. You guys are gonna love it.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. My name is Megan. I'm the community director, and I am not a robot. Who are you?
I'm Grant.
It's great to have a program where we can talk about
finally.
C++.
Some other programmer must have done something really awful in the past and never let us on.
Yeah,
But,
well, they had me, and I, made the engine, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so
we didn't need anyone else.
yeah.
But I'm dressed as a previous Devstream guest back when we used to have the shows over.
Ambulances,
Yeah,
yeah.
fire trucks and ambulances driving by, interrupting our stream.
You
Time
are
to
the
make a
platinum
comeback.
prize. Yeah, you are
Yeah.
the platinum prize.
That's awesome. I remember those sirens going by, having to talk over them.
Hey everyone, Eric, lead sound designer, and I'm sleeping in Nicole below.
Ah.
Got my comfy,
Oh
slippers
bon,
on. Yeah.
je fais un récap vite fait.
Wish I
Glad to
thought
be-
of that. You were down here, Eric.
Recap à l'arrache. Hein. Du coup, on a les développeurs de Warframe qui nous font un stream du coup exprès pour nous informer un peu des nouveautés qui vont arriver, ainsi que la précédente mise à jour qui a eu lieu la semaine dernière, je crois, ou il y a 2 semaines, non la semaine dernière. Donc voilà. Donc on va savoir un peu comment s'est passé le stream, la dernière mise à jour et correctifs qui sont arrivés et les nouveautés qui arrivent du coup in-game dans les futurs mois qui arrivent. Voilà. Voilà.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm the CEO now. I just got so much to do.
Man's got stuff to do. But of course, after the stream, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for 24 hours, we do have the gift of the Lotus alerts. Oracle Reactor and Oracle Catalyst could be yours if you want to go in game and play.
Puis là du coup il nous raconte un peu ce qui nous attend pour ceux qui veulent. Pour ceux qui veulent, pour
Yeah, where was our invite, Megan?
comment dire,
The CEO does not travel with us.
pour ce qui va arriver aujourd'hui pour ceux qui
The
veulent.
community team
Voilà.
was in Las Vegas at Tenno VIP and TwitchCon, and we saw so many of you there, which was wonderful. So thank you so much for coming to
C'est bon.
Las Vegas, which I will never go to. Is that right? Vegas. Hits. Have you ever been to
Really?
Vegas?
Even with that giant ball?
Yeah. You don't want to see.
I guess the Sphere is cool. You're right.
Yeah.
Be very careful about talking about a giant ball in Vegas.
He was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Giant ball? No, you're right. Las Vegas isn't for me. Anyways, we did show some Whispers in the Wall concept art while we were there. We will show everyone here on the stream what we did show. They got a little first peek at some stuff, never before seen a concept art, but we will get into it later on.
You're going to show stuff that I haven't even seen?
You approved it. I mean, wait, no, Rev approved it.
Yeah, I haven't even seen what you're going to show.
Steve hasn't seen it. So we'll get into that. And then as well, Quest to Conquer Cancer. It is only October 27th, and we have reached our goal of raising $100,000 for Quest to Conquer Cancer.
Way to go, community.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, we hit it last night on prime time, which was...
Du coup là elle nous raconte un peu comme quoi on a récupéré déjà plus de 100 000 dollars pour la cagnotte Warframe exprès à eux. Voilà.
Because October isn't over yet. We still have more streams. We have a big finale stream on October 31st, so there's still lots to do.
Have I donated yet?
I don't know, Steve.
I don't think I have donated. I really should donate.
Okay, exclamation point donate if you would like to donate, Steve.
Yeah, tweet at Steve and remind him.
Dear Steve, dear CEO.
Remind him what he said on the stream.
Can we get an IOU from Steve, please? Okay.
I know Rebecca donated,
She did donate, yes, you're right.
but not Steve.
Not Steve. Steve's busy. guy.
Merci Sirdek.
The Quest to Conquer Cancer does
T'inquiète,
continue
va te
to
coucher,
exclamation
va
point
te
donate.
reposer, ça te fera
Our
du bien.
stretch goals
Bise.
are at 105, 110, 115,000, and we are extremely close to 105,000. So if we get it on this stream, I have brought the stretch goal of the Whispers in the Wall concept art that we can show live if we do hit 105. So exclamation
If only I could
mark.
donate.
If only
Ouais.
I could donate.
À demain.
Exclamation mark. Donate if you want to donate to the Quest on Cancer. Continuing on, speaking of Tenno VIP, one of the things we did was we gave away the first ever Vasca Kavat Blue. There it is. There's 2 out in the wild only, and then there's this one. If you want to win it, you're about to. Maybe. Danny, would you like to run a Twitch picker of a Vasca Cravat flute. We're giving this one away. This one could be yours.
This Vasca Cravat purrs while dreaming. I mean, that's super cool.
Yeah, that's real cool stuff.
That's so cute. That's so funny.
That's so cute. These are going to be added to the official Warframe merch store in November, but you can win one here. Who's going to win it?
If there's any
Eric, can you read?
white, I know.
Withered Ivy.
Withered
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Please whisper the Warframe Twitch channel you watch right now with your in-game alias platform you play Warframe on, and we will get you your basket of that flute. We also need your shipping, if you're comfortable sharing that with us. If not, we can converse over email, but we will send this Vasca Cravat flute to you.
I really want one of those. That's
Yeah.
that's super cool. Are we like? Can I get one also?
Yes.
How?
I mean, Rev can get one
How?
by being my friend.
Oh, lucky lady. Lucky lady.
Cost.
Suck it, Steve. Just kidding. They will be going on sale in November, so if you want to get your hands on one, stay tuned for more information on that. But Withered Ivy, message us. We'll get you your Cravat flute.
I just saw someone ask about deferred rendering lighting and that purring, and we do have some deferred news today. I got lots to show you guys for some graphics for our new enhanced rendering.
There
You'll
was
love it.
no such chatter. He made it up.
No, you will love it. I
Making up
saw the chatter. I saw the chatter talking about deferred
Oh, I
rendering.
just saw someone saying that my reworks are amazing, and that I look great today.
I think that was for
Ah.
me. That was for Steve.
Steve reworks.
Yeah.
Before we jump into
This is sorry, good. Steve Woods.
Steve Sinclair.
Fun. I'm the CEO.
Let's run 1,000 platinum, and then we'll jump into our evening. So what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit backwards and a little bit forward. We're going to talk about Abyss of the Goth because it's finally live. The players have their hands on it. We've done the most ever reworks and quality of life stuff we've ever done. Grant was sweating doing companions and, and all of that.
Not
work.
great.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's heating up.
Grant has been a coder for what? How many years? Have you been?
Full time since 2019, but I co-opted in 2016, so I've been around.
Whoa.
Yeah. You've been,
Snuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it all, and yeah, the companion rework was really a lot of what's going on. Why are we
Every now
laughing?
and then you transition to Steve voice.
going
You're
on?
You're like two people right now.
I feel like I'm going
What that
insane.
platinum has gone to longer sword.
Longer sword.
Sorry. 1,000 platinum is yours. Please whisper the Warframe Twitch channel you're watching right now with your in-game alias platform and play Warframe on. We'll get your 1,000 platinum.
We reached the goal.
Sword.
100
Yay!
Hey!
Chad, thank you so
Nice.
much.
Thank
That
you,
means our first stretch goal has been met. I don't know, Danny, if you have. Oh, Danny's got it. All right. Introducing Whispers in the Wall concept art.
I don't know what this is. Oh,
Wow.
yes. Damn.
Donc voilà ce qui a été révélé du coup en tant que concept art entre guillemets de la prochaine mise à jour majeure. Voilà.
Instead of banana for scale, we use a
Yeah,
scholar for
yeah.
scale.
That's our banana. Steve, what are we looking at here?
Well, from what Rebecca told me,
Yes.
what we're looking at here is the way we want to approach the tile set. This is a space that Albrecht Intradi has hidden away, and this is where he was doing some what we're calling failed experiments, things that were hidden from the family above, and for that reason, there's going to be things there that will surprise the Tenno and others. So we're really looking forward to getting this sort of gothic Frankenstein's lab meets sci-fi meets eldritch horror space, and at a concept level we knew we were onto something with the core Intradi architecture applied to this sort of hidden lab that we wanted, and the team nailed it, and we're excited to, you'll get to play this world this year, of course, but that's a Steve promise. So if we don't ship it this year, blame Steve.
I'm going to make a laundry list of things Steve is promising on this
Yeah.
stream. CEO promises.
Yeah, and for us, it really lifts the sci-fi meets eldritch meets gothic horror inspirations came from not only our own Intradi styles, of course, but we really felt that the idea of what would Frankenstein's lab look like in Warframe, and all of from top to bottom, from concept to initial sound designs, we really wanted to hit that vibe. So yeah.
Can we talk about what's being built? What's the
Yes,
vibe over
that
there?
is what we're calling a vessel. The vessels you would have heard at TennoCon, that the vessels cannot awaken until the sleeper does. So what are the vessels? What role do they play? You'll learn in the Whispers in the Wall update this year. But yeah, you'll have to wait and see. Vessels weren't built in a day, as they say.
Oh, just like Rome. All right, and moving right along. All right, we're going to go backwards a little bit. Like I mentioned, we're going to talk about Abyss of God. It's out.
Donc là, on va revenir un peu sur ce qui s'est passé sur la dernière mise à jour avec Dagas.
Abyss of Daggett is out. Like I said, one of the most chock full of quality of life. Hydroid rework was in it.
Voilà.
Companions, all of that. But one of the
Avec le rework des compagnons, etc.
sound was in it, Eric. Beautiful sound. And we showed it at the beginning, and maybe Danny can play it while we're speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, we love your work here.
Ah, there it is. Very good. Eric, tell me about making some spooky sounds. What was the vibe here?
Well, we wanted to go for something pretty classic for this Halloween update. I'm a big Halloween fan, so really wanted to drive that home with the music. We listened to lots of different stuff and really wanted to go for something that felt familiar but had a little bit of an interesting kind of vibe to it. So yeah, Matthew Chalmers did an awesome job writing this piece, working in some woodwinds, which we don't have in any Warframe OST before this.
We've
So
been
we
a
got
woodwind-free game this whole
Woodwind
time?
list?
free game.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
It's about time. It's
Zero
about time
wood-
we had some woodwind.
Zero. Oh, I forgot my soundtrack for you to sign. Oh,
That's okay.
Steve, why?
Steve is a forgetful.
I'll try to send that.
No woodwinds.
No, so this is the first time we kind of featured it because we wanted to do the kind of theremin spooky woo kind of thing, but in a different way. So doing that with some woodwinds and incorporating a bit of Danny Elfman vibes in there as well.
Ooh.
So,
I've always been afraid of woodwinds, so it makes
Someone just
sense.
said sounds very Danny Elfman-esque. They got it right before you said it.
Glad you picked up on that. That
What
was
the heck is a
definitely
woodwind? Let's do some music
101.
101 here.
Woodwind is a wind instrument made out of wood.
Wow.
Nah.
Here to learn that. Think of
What do you know?
a flute is made out of metal, a woodwind is made
We're
out
talking oboes. We're
of
talking
oboes, yes.
clarinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really don't have any woodwinds?
I'm sure now. I'm getting texts from Keith Power and George
Yeah.
Spanos right now saying we have woodwinds, but
I actually.
Woodwind check real quick.
Can we get a woodwind check? Yeah, immediately.
That is shocking to me.
It's been established we've been woodwindless.
We've been woodwindless for 10 years? Are you kidding?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Another thing I don't believe is you sent over a video that was titled Horror Machine.
Horror Machine, yeah.
Horror
So Matt sent me a text one day and he was like, "Oh, I ordered this really cool horror machine from Italy," and I was
Oh,
like,
those Italians.
"Okay."
Italian.
So he got this horror machine just in time to put it on this track. So it's a pretty cool little device.
All right, we have a little video of Matt and his grippers playing the horror machine. So, hold on.
Bizarre.
What are the Italians doing?
It's my favorite one coming up.
The like middle ball. This middle one's so weird.
Don't be the composer in a room.
This thing, it's like a haunted woodpecker.
Fait du bruit, hein.
This is the most terrifying.
So if you wonder where horror sounds are born,
Yes.
Does that
Italy.
thing have a real name?
Pardon?
Is it called
It had
Horror
it-
Machine?
No, it,
No,
had
it
a thing
actually
on
has a
it.
name on it that's much
Yeah.
less spooky than that. but
Okay, it's called
yeah.
like
It said, like,
Spazzelli
and
or
something.
something.
Yeah, Spazzelli.
It had a name on it. I can't remember. Anyways, in Aspenville.
Oh, okay. Like, okay, I'll allow it. Never mind.
Was that is Man in the Wall used for that or no? Because like that one thing on the right was very Man in the Wall. Like, ooh, that sound.
Yeah, no, I didn't use the Asm bells on Man in
Maybe
the Wall, but
we should.
No,
Italian
you did.
Man in the Wall.
The Italian. Well, Entrati.
Yeah.
Is that Italian?
Yes, the whole conceit is the Entrati are Italians.
It was intentional.
Like
Yeah.
Italian.
Matthew Chalmers, I'm coming over to grab that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Put
we're,
those
we're
flippers
stealing
away,
that.
Matt.
You're watching.
The Ontario's only Azenbell heist is about to take place. There's
Azenbell's
an
in
APB on a
Woodlands.
missing Azenbell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was part of the login music that we're featuring.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we use that to kind of weave some interesting spooky textures in there. And the piece that actually plays when you're in mission is kind of a stripped down version of the login piece, so you can kind of hear that stuff a bit more clearly.
Yeah, and that, yeah, I think that was really cool that the Abyssal Beacon mission, we actually put just straight up the horror theme music in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, just trying to be as thematic as possible.
totally. Yep.
Nailed it. Speaking of thematic as possible, Daggett herself, being a horse energy kind of gal, he provided a little behind the scenes video. Well, Paul made a video of her fourth ability.
Yeah, one of our sound designers, Paul, put together a little behind the scenes for us. So yeah, hey, that's good stuff.
Say hi to Paul, everyone.
Hi Tenno, my name is Paul and I'm a sound designer at Digital Extremes. Today, I'm going to show you how I made the sounds for Daggett's fourth ability. First, let's jump in game and take a listen. Okay, now we're going to take a look at my Reaper session. This is quite the large and complex session. So
Donc là, on va écouter les sons originaux de Dagas, des pouvoirs de Dagas.
Let's start with the vocal shout. The plugin chain used here is also used for all of Daggett's vocals. Here's how it sounds without any plugins enabled. The aggressive processing of the vocal is achieved with some creative filtering, saturation, ring modulation, some delays, and some reverbs. Next up, we have the cast sound. The impact of the cast comes from the smack layer, which sounds like this. This is mostly made up of design sounds I made ahead of time in preparation for Daggett. The horse vocal layer, which is comprised of cave vocals from Tuviri with some reverb.
Le son des chevaux après.
And Daggett's vocal layer.
Il ajoute tout ça. Donc des voix en même temps.
This hollow, ghostly scream quality, which we found was very fitting to represent her haunting past. And now, the impact of the ability. For the horse neighing vocals, I wanted them to sound distinctly different from the caves, so I opted for a more natural, less processed texture. Here's the vocal layer. And of course, the smack layer, which is adding the impact and subways and some additional thunder cracking to add more to the overall spooky vibe. For the horse hooves, I used some coconut recordings from my library, along with some saddle foley and stampede sounds. Lastly, for when the horses dissipate, we decided it would be cool to reuse the cave despawn sounds I had made for Tuviri. Because we play that sound positionally on the cave, you were never able to hear it in its full stereo width, so it felt like a great opportunity to make that despawn sound really stand out with Daggett. Okay, let's listen to how the ability sounds assembled in game one more time.
Coucou Kev. Enfin bonsoir, bonjour, bonjour. Je crois plus. Si je me trompe pas.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for the video, Paul.
It was coconuts all along.
It was
There's
coconut.
We
all
went
coconuts.
Monty Python and did the coconuts, we did the hiya, we was straight cowgirl. That's crazy. I had no idea. Now, but then we were just saying, like, now that you can kind of see the layers, you hear it now. Like, I didn't really hear the hiya until like, maybe there
Ouais.
was hiya.
Ah oui,
Now there's
14 h, oui, c'est vrai.
thunder. Damn. Sounds
J'espère que ça va. Bah moi ça va. Et toi, ça va?
Spooky
Yeah,
layer.
yeah.
All right. Besides Daggett, beautiful sounds, spooky sounds,
J'espère que ça va.
woodwinds that we've never had more from before.
We're gonna get a citation on that. I asked the.
We're gonna trust.
I did ask George for proof because I don't
believe it.
If I was in Vegas again and I were a betting man
All on green.
against this claim.
All on green. We had a lot of quality of life, like we said, and the community has been pretty well received for this update, which is obviously great to see. Some questions about this Abygoth update. One of them being the T-share mentality of the Abyssal Zone and why we decided to kind of go back in time and do T-share mentality. Thoughts?
Ah bah c'est le principal alors si ça va.
The honest answer is I like
C'est
it.
le principal.
It was in the measured and methodological. I can't talk right now. It's really just about, is there a place for coordinating a squad?
Tant que ça va, c'est le
at a
principal.
mission level again in Warframe. It's just like a testing the waters. I think that the biggest issue, the biggest mistake I made with this one is a lot of people didn't realize it was a key share, so you'd click it and people are like, the node's dead, but it's like, oh no, it's actually pre-mades are the way. And you know, there is a way to turn matchmaking on for it, but then you get into the whose key is going to get eaten by the server beast. It's going to want to eat one of the matchmaking keys. So we're just dabbling a little bit. I definitely want to look at a, you know, if we ever do content that requires pre-mades, we need to flex those muscles a little consistency-wise.
Give it a poke.
Give it a poke here and there. So yeah. I mean, it's not like we're trying to do something incredibly, I don't want to say wise, but just how do people approach doing pre-mades?
I think part of it is also like, you know, we have maybe rose-tinted glasses of that era of key shares that, you know, we're like, oh, I remember when we used to go with a team and spend 4 hours in a survival. Maybe in practice is not as nice as it is in memory, but...
Yeah, it's just about trying and learning, and that will be what we do for a very long time. So, well-reasoned answer to that is try to see how folks just experience that type of content. It's been, we got rid of void keys in 2018, 17, earlier than that, maybe?
I'm very bad at temporal location, so I'm just going to say in the past.
Yeah, Rebecca would remember, but I don't. So yeah, in the past, just checking things.
Yeah. See how it goes. Grant, we talked about companions in terms of you did a lot of work for the companion rework.
Yes. Yeah. That was a lot of fun to work on. I was never like a pet person going into it, but let me tell you.
First stream, Grant.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm never coming back. But I think I took a really good time. Like I went ham on my public account to just like, let's figure out all the stuff about pets. I compiled a big document, just like of every single thing that touches companions and like thoughts on it and what we were gonna do. I didn't want to like leave anything out. And I found it really enjoyable. And like at the end of this rework, I'm definitely a pet guy now. Don't worry. Don't worry. Same. Yeah, it was a really interesting rework to approach because there were so many avenues we could go with it. And we initially identified that there was basically the one big glaring thing was pets die. And like you go to any like tier list video or whatever. I watched lots of creator videos. They were great help in reading player threads. And it's like pets die. I can't use my favorite pet because he dies in steel pack right away. So first thing we had to do is tackle that. So we had a few different ideas for that, and we ended up with something where pet survivability still matters, but in a way that it's not an end-all be-all. It's not just you're either running Jin and Vulpaphyla, or your pet is dead. So I think that was a huge deal right off the bat, and like we had a lot of other things that we wanted to do with that rework, which I can talk about. But like precept reworks. There is a lot of precepts that need some attention. Some of these pets are really old. Some of the precepts don't even kind of like work the way you would expect them to. Some ones that come to mind are like I think it's Sunika's Unleash. It was one that like...
Oh, the original Kubro batches.
Yeah. Like it tackles
yeah.
capture targets, but then it can like flip them through the floor, so then you can't shoot them. And like it's a very narrow use case, stuff like that. So eventually we were building up a whole big list of stuff we could do there, and we eventually we had to bundle that into a part 2 and focus on part 1, which besides just the survivability changes, we wanted to inject some fresh blood into the mix in terms of modding. So how that manifested itself was in the bond mods. We wanted to have something that made your pets feel like they were someone you cared about. They weren't just running off on their own, doing their own thing, and you never checked in on them, or that you basically they were doing their thing, and you would like abuse that maybe. But I'd much prefer that we have our pet system where your actions are doing things for your pets, and your pets are doing things back for you, and that's what the bond mods ended up in the end there. And I love seeing all the cool combinations that ended up creating. Our designers cooked up some really interesting ones, and we iterated on those. And there's still some changes coming in for that. Don't worry, I got some buffs coming next week.
Wow,
But,
he shows up on his stream and
yeah.
promised buffs.
Yes.
Wow.
I have permission.
A loose cannon,
But,
loose cannon on this stream.
don't
My
worry.
God. My God.
Yeah. But yeah, there's my favorite bond mod is the manifold bond. I love that it opened up so many cool synergies. It checked a lot of boxes that I think were what we were looking for in this rework, where pets are visible, pets live, you see the unique aspects of your pet. So it's not just a matter of I have a pet, it's I have Durga doing like its cool stuff with manifold bond, and so I'm seeing it cast its abilities rather than just maybe some generic stuff. It's putting on all your survivability mods, which is fun. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I got to talk to Sun again in Deimos to get
Yeah.
my bond mods, I forgot. Well, I mean, I was reminded that he had a arranged marriage before the fall of the work, and one of his dialogue lines is, I was to be married, and I told, I was like, oh my God, that's right. So now
No, I don't know.
yeah, should have been me. I mean, should have been Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve. My goodness. Well said, Grant. So
Yeah.
kind of touched on there's going to be a part 2 coming.
Yes.
Look at
Absolutely.
precepts. What else are we trying to look at? You know?
No promises yet.
No,
Make promises. Do it.
Yeah,
do
so
it.
don't worry, Pablo.
No.
I'm not going to promise all the
No.
buffs.
It's not this year. It's not this year.
Yeah, in the short term, there is going to be some more changes, just kind of up until we stop doing hot fixes. But next year, we're definitely going to be looking at the precepts are the big ones, making sure that they're all kind of useful in their own way. And I think we want to take a look at how pet balance sits. I think there's kind of some clear winners with the sentinel weapons especially.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so we're gonna kind of take a look at that whole space and see what we can do to make things a little bit more diverse. I love having options at North, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're already looking at the stats from this rework and seeing kind of where companions are now kind of changing with all the rework stuff. So we got stats.
Except the one that never changes. Smita always on top.
Samita.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
that
see
might
her
change
next
next year.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, well, we shouldn't be cavalier about people who've invested in Smita, but we are reviewing Charm to bring other companions' trademarks up, and then Charm will be getting a change in how it works next year sometime. We don't have any details today, but it is going to be.
Duty.
The duty change. Pablo, Hydroid.
Hi, Jordan.
How do we feel about him now?
Pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think from what I've seen, most players are enjoying him. Maybe a few confusions with the aiming of the new abilities that doesn't really match what the description says. So I have to tweak a few things there, but for the most part.
Is it more economical as a game developer to change the description or the ability?
Well, the description is the one that's wrong. So
That's the joke. Danger to that. Maybe that's a loophole. I'll start writing wrong descriptions and say, hey, make and match. Make and match.
Steve would do that.
Steve did that.
I have seen quite a few why if you add the puddle when we kneel down or something like that? And honestly, it's just like a lot of stuff to maintain for kind of like a meme. I think I also heard some crazy person say, maybe we can add it as a helmet ability.
What crazy person would have said that?
Rebecca, she's not here right now, so I don't want to talk with her here back. But,
And do you agree with her idea of adding removed powers as helmet ideas?
not particularly.
Is there a reason you don't
a big update to maintain a
So,
lot of
but if,
code?
like, just hypothetically, if Undertow already worked and you could just put it in the helmet, is there any reason not to?
Every time we change things, like over time, things take a break. There's an entropy to maintaining a game for 10 years.
Yeah, I
so
know nothing about that. That's news to me.
the more we add, the more type classes just kind of you have to make it.
So I actually, I follow your Twitter, Pablo, and I saw you tweet Steve that you were going to add the broken mods because your boss told you to.
My
referring-
boss's boss.
Yeah, referring to Steve. So if
It was you.
Steve told you to put Undertow back
I probably will, yeah. He's the CEO, what am I going to do?
Interesting.
who signs my checks. So I
CEO,
do what I gotta
CEO.
do.
Interesting.
All right, all that to say, Abyss of Daggett is live. Lots of quality of life reworks. Jump in, check it out, play the mission, have fun with it. It's spooky. There's horror machines and all that interesting stuff with the goth.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to do an update with that much focus on very specific elements of QOL. We're measuring a lot from it. There's a lot of minor new player changes that together make up pretty major ones, especially removal of broken mods, removal of Mark 1 weapons from the quests, junction changes. So we'll be doing a pretty measured approach to how those things looked because yeah, we were really wanting to make sure that every update we do, we touch a little bit of the new player experience to make it a little less bumpy, a little more streamlined, a little more sensible in some ways. Just some like the game wouldn't be where it is without the decisions from 10 years ago, but some of them are truly 10-year-old decisions, so they just need a rethink here and there. So yeah, I mean that's one thing that we showed you at TennoCon, Abyss of Daggett. It's officially out, and now it's kind of like we are doing hot fixes still. There's some bug fixes coming for many things, and then many of us are working on the final big update of the year. So I don't know how much.
Before we get into that,
Whoops.
we're going to move a little bit in our timeline. We're looking at the beginning of November. As soon as next week, just a little bit of housekeeping. I actually saw a comment about the Gotha Prime. When? Question mark. And the Gotha Prime was, if you're unfamiliar, our TennoCon drop. And it's going to be in Barrow next
Oui,
week.
donc
There it is. The
le
Gotha
gra...
Prime.
Je sais plus ce que c'était, ouais, le Grafra, qui revient à partir de la semaine prochaine. Si je me trompe pas, c'est ça. Si je ne m'abuse.
November 3rd, he'll show up.
Donc je suppose chez Barrow qui tire, je crois.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's great.
Thanks, Steve. And then obviously I'm seeing questions about Plague Star. Happy to announce that we are looking at returning Plague Star on November 7th.
We're just looking?
We're just looking.
Okay.
We're just looking.
So we're not returning it.
We're looking.
Donc revient l'opération Plague Star le 7 novembre si j'ai bien compris.
Steve. You tell me when.
Du coup.
November 7th on all platforms. Plague Star is returning. And like a broken horse. What? Like a broken record.
C'est Godva Prime. Voilà, cherchez le mot. Voilà, voilà.
You probably heard me, like a broken record, talk about us wanting to return Plague Star, but wanting to make changes to it first, just in quality of life. Some feedback we've obviously gotten from the community on Plague Star itself. So I'm actually going to jump in the game real quick.
No, but hold your iPad. Just try to help me, didn't you?
Thanks, Steve. You're the best. All right. Plague Star. We haven't run it since, I want to say 2021.
Pre-New War is the last I recall, because we had to test it in post-New War. Planes by law.
Yes. So basically the mentality of these changes are a couple things. One, we wanted to address leeching, which was a common feedback that we got about Plague Star. And what that means, if you're familiar with Plague Star, is you have to bring your Eidolon Phylaxises and your infested catalyst to the mission, put them in the mixer, and you can progress either getting a chemosite, the difficulty, it alters the mission based on how many you put in. And a lot of people were finding that, you bring all your stuff, and when you go into the mixer, there's only one person putting it in, and you're kind of just, is anyone else going to put anything in the mixer? No, I guess I'm putting, all 8 in, or whatever you want it to be. So the way we are going to be addressing that one is you no longer need to have it in your gear wheel at all, and we are just removing the whole putting it into the mixer functionality of Plague Star. And I'll get to that in a second. The second one is we're adding Steel Path, a very highly requested, give us more difficulty in Plague Star. It has some advantages obviously as well, but we are adding a Steel Path variant. So as per usual, when we go talk to Kanzu, we'll see, oh my god, where to go? We'll see Plague Star. So first and foremost is going to be 3 essential bounty tiers in Plague Star. First is going to be
On a le Plague Star normal, ouais. On a le Plague Star en route de l'acier, c'est lequel du coup celui du milieu? En avancée du coup.
infested catalyst in your inventory.
Du coup, ça va être laquelle la différence entre les deux?
Everyone in your squad needs to have at least one in your inventory. When you start this bounty, it's going to subtract that from your inventory as if everyone has gone to the mixer and put in their goodies, and you're going to progress through this with your hemosites, with your difficulty, and all of that that you would normally want to do when you do your 4 and 4 type of mentality. So no more leeching, I put it in quotes. You're just going to have it in your inventory. It's a ticket. It's a ticket. Ticket to the ride, to the pimple and the plains. Okay, there it is. And then, of course, Steel Path. So this is exactly like the middle one here, where you just need one of each in your inventory. Your ticket takes it from your inventory. You're going. You don't have to do the mixer. But it does have additional Kuba and Endo rewards in it, as well as being Steel Path. The difficulty is ramped up, of course. So we'll see if you can do Steel Path Plague Star.
And we are keeping built forma in the reward table. So I saw people asking, are you switching it to BPs?
It's a very Steve comment. Forma. Kids love the Forma, don't they, Steve?
I don't know if he would read that comment. Doesn't strike me.
Steve's a former guy.
That sounds Steve like me.
Okay.
Oh, very well. Anyway, so those are kind of the main changes to Steel Path. So it's not like a rework, Steel Path, sorry. It's not like a rework or anything to Plague Star, but we did want to address those two very common community feedback.
Can we just pause for a bit? Do we hear woodwind? In this, once the melody comes in. When the melody comes in.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
It sounds like it's made of wood.
It does. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Is it a woodwind?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I think it might be a woodwind.
We're on the woodwind hunt now.
I know.
I know what you're going to be doing, listening to all the tracks.
Every track.
Ears are burning. Anyway, so all that to say, Plague Star is returning November 7th on all platforms. Get your Zaws that obviously people saw weren't in the Navarus rewards.
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
like we said, we're returning Plague Stars. So they're back in their normal spot. Yep.
Perfect. That'll be great. Yeah, so that starts November 7th, all platforms. Did you talk about cross-save?
Not yet, Red.
Okay. I mean,
Steve.
thank you.
Please don't fire me, CEO. But we will move on to, in the more future-ish, Whispers in the Wall.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get into our next giant update in there.
Du coup, la prochaine mise à jour, les murmures dans le mur.
Lloyd's there.
Are you saying
Décembre, je suppose.
Giant in the key art, the vessel?
Don't quote me.
Okay.
Don't quote me. Steve.
Mm.
Fog.
Here we go. That is me this moment.
Now I'm ready. I'm sitting back and relaxing.
So, Warframe graphics. So Fog in Warframe has always given us a little bit of that, realism. We're looking for the cold planets to feel cold with fog. Maybe when you're playing through the New War and there's all the fog and smoke from the sentient invasion on the planet of Eidolon, you're seeing all this fog in the game. And that fog has been, Warframe's fog. It's Raymarch's fog. It's put in the game and we love it. But when I've been working on Soulframe with the team, we had a new advance in fog tech. So we are backporting the fog that we put in Soulframe to Warframe for Warframe to use in the Whispers in the Wall update, because it does require our GI lighting system to work, because this particular version of our fog system is lit real time. So our prior fog, it either had to be baked or, it would really only care about the sun, and other things like particle effects would not work well with our prior Raymarch fog system. Other things you would have noticed probably is that it would stomp on some particle effects. So if you had fire and fog, they would not play nice together. But with our new fog system that has been backported from Soulframe, you're going to see a very, very updated and more realistic looking fog. Now, we're going to show you a video of it that we put in, but just so you know, the point of this video isn't just the fog, which I am going to talk about. It's also giving you another listen to the first major audio soundtrack cue from Whispers in the Walls that you would have heard at TennoCon. So I don't want to talk over that because that would be missing the point of the audio part of this video. But I'll talk after that. Do you want to say anything about the song before we continue?
Yeah, this piece features a vocalist by the name of Alex Samaras. So we will
Samaras?
be Samaras.
Oh.
Samaras?
I know, right?
Okay.
It's slightly difficult.
Oh, wow.
But we'll be hearing more from this vocalist in the update as well on some other cues.
Excellent.
So very excited to have him back for some other cinematic work that we'll be doing on the update.
That's right. And just, I see some people talking about performance. in theory, the new fog is better because our old Remarch fog is using screen space, which means that if the bigger your resolution, the more you're working with, the more it will impact performance. But our new fog system is actually using the camera, which means it's fixed and constant. For us, that means performance in theory should be better, the same, or better. I'm not going to overpromise perf, but the intention.
Steve would. Sting character.
It'll be much better performing fog at the very guarantee. But that's fog promise. Let's take a listen and a look. Really trying to set a different mood with Whispers in the Walls, and thanks to backporting in some graphics tech, it'll feel and look a lot different than any other tile set we have in the game. The GI lighting, the global illumination, which is what you're seeing here, the fog is being lit real time. So that means that every character, every environment assets, as you're walking through, it's going to be more consistent, which is going to really punch up the way that this will look and feel, and at hopefully little to no cost to performance. However, it's important to note that this will signal the end of the classic renderer for Warframe on PC. Abyss of Daggeth got rid of the classic renderer on our console platforms, so PC will be the last hanging-ons of the classic renderer will be gone, because all of this does rely on our enhanced renderer or deferred rendering techniques to work. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sounds gorgeous. Oh, Steve, you're so in line with
Steve. Same brain. Me and that Steve. Yeah.
Don't be sad about the death of classic. We're really working hard to make sure that, well, I'm not going to overpromise anything because I'm not Steve, but we're working hard. We're measuring. We're taking a measured approach.
All right.
Donc ouais, des remasterisations niveau fumée du coup, si j'ai bien cru comprendre.
This is a
Dans la prochaine mise à jour principale.
With our skin shader tech. Hopefully, Whispers in the Walls, you'll see some of these improvements. This is a hope. I'm not going to promise it on the stream, but when we did make the move to the enhanced renderer, you may have noticed, depending on how you customize your drifter/operator, that the darker we go in skin tones, the shinier and more plasticky they look. So before, our skin tones used to look like this. So you can see here, as we get to those like dark, rich colors, we're actually seeing a bit of a plasticky look. And this is because in the deferred renderer, the way we were encoding things just got that result. So we're doing some changes to make darker skin tones specifically.
Bizarre les nouveaux visages qui vont être faits. C'est spécial. C'est spécial. Ah ouais, c'est vraiment spécial, ouais.
But these type of changes are going to be because we're changing the way we're encoding. We're doing some texture changes as well, just to give you that more natural look, which really, really will punch up and add that natural look to the skin tone. So it's a huge lift. You can really tell the difference.
Bizarre, ouais.
Yeah, we're the tech art team, the art team, everyone is really trying to see the best way to ship this out. Because it does involve touching old content, it involves, figuring out the best way to roll it out. So when we know exactly how we're going to roll it out, we'll let you know, but we're really excited that we're going to get such a big lift for characters. So.
Yeah, it's really good. It's going to look good on my my blue skin, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Lots, yeah.
I just got a text from Matt Chalmers.
Did you really?
Who said,
Hi, Matt.
we have used woodwinds in the past, but more in an orchestral sort of background fashion. This
Still
was more of a time where something he's worked on, he's featured woodwinds.
And what was
so
it?
I was completely
What was it?
wrong.
What was the woodwind song he did?
Oh, we've used it
Probably
in
do
other
very-
different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're not woodwindless.
As a layer,
Saying.
but yes. So.
Chalmers. Thanks for
So
watching,
thank
buddy.
you for the thank you, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
We loved your socks, Matt.
Yeah, you got some good socks.
Could you send your Asm bells to us as
Woodwind Asm bells. also in Quest to Conquer Cancer, we did another piece of Whispers in the Wall concept art, internally named Slinky. Let's show Slinky, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Love
This
this guy.
little thing.
The cursed Slinky.
What's Slinky?
Yeah, it's one of the enemies you guys haven't seen yet. From you guys saw the Tenocon demo. We have some weird-looking enemies, and this is certainly one of them. Yeah, you guys will get to see him. It's more of a bit of a VIP enemy on the faction.
Why
Ouais, avec la nouvelle faction du coup des murmures. Donc un nouvel ennemi qui arrivera avec exprès.
Originally, one
Voilà.
of the thoughts was for him to move as a Slinky, but it was really not very conducive to moving fast on the levels.
Something as a fast
Need
Slinky.
stairs to move anywhere.
Yeah.
So he no longer he still pet named Slinky, but now a more appropriate name would be Wheel. So
More of a wheel man. Slinky and
That's a wheel?
when he moves, he wheels.
I know, but think of the dissonance you're creating in our community right now. That is wheel.
That is a wheel.
Really reinventing them.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Justice for Slinky, I agree.
He'll be Slinky in our hearts, don't worry.
Always Slinky.
And then at Tenno VIP, like I mentioned, we showed two other Whisper in the
Oh,
Wall concept
Is that
art.
right?
One of them being the man of the hour, Albert Contrati.
Ah.
Tell me about this, Rem.
Ah, avec un nouveau petit cavate, ouais. C'est mignon. J'aime bien. Avec la mallette, c'est rigolo. Enfin, je trouve, hein, personnellement.
Fun to work with the team to come up with a character that is very important for the future updates of Warframe. And that's all I'll say.
I love that. Last asset we showed at Tenno VIP, a little bit further ahead, we're looking at, maybe a little 1999-ish, was one of the infested enemies. It did show, obviously,
Oula,
it's been alive
les
for
ennemis
a
infestés,
second,
ouais.
but we got some
Ah, avec
here.
ouais, l'ancien Lotus, entre guillemets,
Clearly, in our TennoCon reveal,
qu'on a connu,
Whispers in the Walls coming this
ouais,
year,
on va
and
dire
that,
ça, oui.
Warframe 1999 is coming next year, and
Alors je sais pas trop si ça va être une télé au milieu ou... C'est bizarre, c'est spécial on va dire. Chelou quoi. Bizarre.
Most important thing and most
We
important
need
part.
to see
And we
our
actually had a lot. Yeah, we had a lot of fun figuring out how to apply like real commercials to them and everything. So we're working on lots of very fun, silly projects to populate the television channel.
Ooh.
I'm sure there's more to come too.
Definitely more to come.
I like it. Also, Whispers in the Wall, a clan operation perhaps.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Ah, avec une nouvelle opération.
we're doing
Ah,
it
pas
when?
mal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, I guess, a advanced notice.
J'aime bien, j'aime bien, j'aime bien.
You may wanna get your clans up and running.
J'aime bien le nom de l'opération.
What would be our first clan operation
Les gargouilles et le cri des gargouilles, je suppose. Je sais pas trop si ça va être ça le nom, mais le cri des gargouilles. Ça peut être rigolo comme nom à donner. J'aime bien.
Grant's working on it.
J'aime bien, j'aime bien.
It's still pretty early days on that, but there's definitely gonna.
We can't say too much.
Je sais pas si c'est le vrai mot qui va être employé officiellement, mais j'aime bien l'idée.
We want to give you a heads up that Operation Gargoyle's Cry is going to be coming and launching. So Whispers in the Wall will come out, and then we'll have the clan event turn live shortly after, maybe a day, maybe a week, TBD. But it's going to be more of like a lore-conducive event, but there are going to be clan goals. So this is going to be a chance for you to kind of, I guess, if you're a very organized clan member, warn folks that there's going to be something for you to earn and do as a clan. We are likely not going to do leaderboards this time, just as a warning shot and expectation setting. If we do them, we'll add them once the full loop is done, because we want this to be more about you as a clan together achieving something rather than a competition. But that is the current pretty concrete thinking. But yeah, there should be things for your clan to do in the update. Not only is there going to be a quest, of course, and things to play, there's also going to be a clan operation. Yeah, and we'll talk more about that next step stream, I think. But yeah, that's generally yeah,
Just letting you know.
we got schemes brewing.
Scheme it.
There will be solo clan support. Of course, we never rule out solo clans from our equations. Like when we balance for Ghost, Shadow, Mountain, Moon. Am I forgetting one? Ghost, Shadow, Mountain, Storm, Mountain, Moon. We consider Ghost to be balanced for a solo clan player. Obviously, that's not something we're going to change this year, next year at all. That's kind of been how we do it. But
obviously, if you're in a clan with more people, which is obviously the intent of a clan,
Yeah.
You'll have.
All right. Also coming in Whispers of the Wall, we did show this at TennoCon during the art panel. Sevagoth Deluxe is coming with Whispers of the
that's
Wall.
right. We got a deluxe skin.
We have a delicious Liger concept art here for Sevagoth.
Le skin du coup de Deluxe de Sevagos qui a l'air vraiment pas mal.
And he does have a name.
J'aime bien la
One is
tronche
Sevagoth
du skin en lui-même.
Glaucus. Am I pronouncing that right?
That's Rebecca. She's not here.
Oh, Rebecca. And I won't spoil it because I think it's really exciting, but this skin does have a tie-in to the Hydroid Deluxe
The
skin.
flavor is
flavor
very
is there.
flavorful.
The flavor is there. And something unique we're doing with Sevagoth Deluxe is some music, perhaps, Eric?
Yeah, so we haven't actually done anything like this before.
Can we trust you? We've never had woodwinds. We've never
No.
done anything like this. Your characters.
I rewind time and remove woodwind comments.
Fine, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
No, we haven't done this before with the deluxe skins. So when you acquire this skin, there's a custom remixed version of Sleeping Nicole Below that you will get as a Soma chord, and we're also going to play it during the Exalted ability, so that will play in the background.
So when you're in your shadow,
When you're
sleeping
in
in
your
the cold below.
Exalted Shadow.
Want to play it, Danny?
So this is the first skin to have a soundtrack with gameplay. So boom, you trigger Sevagoth's Shadow and the song plays.
So for those who Sevagoth main and listen to their own music, it will be tied to the music maker. So it's still
Crank it, Danny. Is it going to be directional? If I have it, will you hear it?
No.
You just hear
Poor
them
Sevagoth.
impending.
Damn.
Just jamming that. Very cool.
Keep it going. It's awesome. So he basically is the first frame with boss music.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Damn it, so cool.
Definitely going for a more sort of piratey, under the sea, briny kind of version of it.
Oh yeah.
He's giving that.
Yeah. Damn. What an enhancement that is to the deluxe offering to give him his own theme song in boss mode. It's so cool. So cool.
Also coming with Sevagoth Deluxe, a tombstone looking, whoa!
Yeah,
Oh.
Sevagoth Deluxe is an interesting one because not only do you have to do Sevagoth
J'aime
and
bien.
his shadow and his custom death state, it's
Ouais,
there's a
j'aime
lot
bien.
of pieces to Sevagoth Deluxe, but hell
Il est
yeah.
pas mal, hein.
So I guess when you die, which may be impossible with Shield.
J'aime bien, c'est pas mal.
You may see this.
When it rarely happens,
We'll
You'll be
probably
blessed.
sell this as a decoration in the bundle, I would imagine.
yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
As well, the signature weapon is going to be
C'est vrai que ça serait beau un truc comme ça en décoration dans le dojo, enfin pas dans le dojo, dans le
little concept art for it.
dans l'orbiteur.
And then
Oh my god, Steve's here. Oh no. He just said deluxe with music. Uh-oh.
there's too many Steves. There's two Steves.
Uh-oh.
Who are you?
It's me on the phone.
Oh, I see you on your. Oh, okay. Your alt account. Got it. And then also coming with Sevagoth Deluxe, which might be the most important piece of
On dirait un insecte.
a armor.
Ouais, c'est bizarre,
It is the
ouais.
most important piece of
Un poisson.
Sevagoth Deluxe, and it is
Non,
the single
un petit
most
poisson.
important, accessory we may ever release.
J'adore les petits poissons.
Introducing, this is Gilly Chap.
J'adore le
And
poiscaille.
Gilly Chap has the concept. If you want to go to my game. Here I'm vanilla Sevagoth, as you can see, but Gilly Chap chap here.
Ah, et du coup, on aura un poisson machin. Ah ouais, j'aime bien, j'aime bien.
Chap is Sevagoth's best friend. He would follow
En tant que
Sevagoth
épaulière,
into the void
du coup,
in
on aura des
battle.
poissons.
Bosun
Nice.
Gillychap, the brave and beloved crewmate of Sevagoth Glaucus, always ready to follow his captain into the heart of a void storm, enjoying his company as he swims around the
J'aime
shoulders
bien.
of peace playfully. So Gillychap is the loyal and steadfast companion of the Sevagoth Deluxe. Look at him. Look at his face.
He is perfect.
So Gillychap is, we are working on offsets and stuff here, so he may seem a little lacking in physics for this demonstration, but I assure you he means well. Look at him.
Ouais, il y a encore quelques trucs ouais,
Gilly chap.
à corriger, mais ouais, sinon, c'est
All that
pas
is
mal
part
ce qui a
of
été fait.
Sevagoth Deluxe. We've got his own boss battle music.
People are already calling him Gilly Chad.
Gilly Chad. I'll take it. Gilly Chad is great. We got Gilly Chap.
Gilly Chad.
Epitaph Deluxe. Got his tombstone and
Boss music.
Boss music.
Let's see if there's any graphics with that. We
Oh.
yeah, no,
Any fog? Can we get better fog?
Can we? No, because it has to be in like the fog works in a GI lit. Well,
Can he be GI lit? Can we GI lit?
if you go in
Sevagoth?
Whispers in the Walls, yes, you will be. Actually, we some of our new marketing shots have been GI using GI lighting. So if you look at the launcher for this update, some of the accessories and stuff, the multimedia team were
For
making.
Whispers?
No, for Daga.
Daga.
Yeah, you know,
GI volumes. Who would have thought?
who would have thought?
All right.
Me, that too.
Steve would. Steve always thinks of that.
Not me, others.
One thing we did want to talk about with Whispers in the Wall is story skip.
Oh, yes. So, this is a point in the stream where I do have more serious things to talk about, but I know I look like Steve, so I'll just roll with it. So, Warframe is a 10-year-old game, and when we release something like Whispers in the Walls, we basically give players a choice to, I don't want to say the preferred path, but when you approach Warframe, if you install it when Whispers in the Wall launches, you have 10 years of content to play. We obviously are trying to remove a lot of grind there. The necromechs have never been easier to build. The last Dagoth update has pages and pages of what type of barriers we're moving. But sometimes that's still not enough for people that don't want to invest time and they just want to skip. So what we are doing, or hoping to do, currently it's in the testing and implementation phase, is implement a story skip for Platinum. So basically what you would do is, if you wanted to just play Whispers in the Walls and you didn't want to do all of the things that came before it, there is going to be a path for you to use Platinum to basically get your account ready for Whispers in the Walls. So if you have a friend that you want to play Whispers with, it's Platinum, so it's giftable, so we're trying to treat it in a way that you can get your friends caught up. I know there's a lot of no, so let's talk about why, because I don't want to screw it up. So it sounds horrible. Pay to skip. Hate that. Bye. L. Yeah. Let's see. Pay to skip. That doesn't spark joy. Poor choice. What? Skip. L. Oh, that's not good. Well, I kind of expected that, so we'll have to think of a way to do it. But is there I play a game where I paid to story skip for some things, but I can see that this might not go over so well. So we'll probably have to reconsider aspects of it a little bit and a way to get someone caught up. But if you don't use that, which you don't have to, we have a story catch-up that's totally free in the lab. So if you haven't played in maybe 10 years, you're going to be able to actually just listen to the story so far in like a cool little way, where you'll be able to have a character tell you about what you've missed so far from a certain perspective. Because what we're anticipating is a lot of folks coming back and not remembering maybe something from the War Within 5 to 8 years ago. So we are going to give you a little like fun way to just listen to the story so far coming
Last
in the
left
game.
our heroes. What were
Exactly,
they
a recap, yeah. So that's obviously free, but the paid story skip, if you want to just do like an organized feedback thread on that, I'll review it. And let's see, is Warframe, yes, good. It's not a greed thing. It would give you things that you would get from the quests. So for instance, you can already buy a railjack, for instance, and then the quest is just story at that point. Then in this regard, all the quests are replayable, so you're just getting all the things. It's clearly controversial, and that doesn't mean we're going to just go ahead with it anyway. I am going to take this back and try and rethink and fix it, but yeah, it's tough.
So not to put words in your mouth, but I think that like the main thing that's that you're trying to solve, or we're trying to
Yeah.
solve, is whenever we do a big update, we go like, oh, whispers in the wall, and we put a lot of marketing, and then people like that haven't played Warframe see, oh, that looks really cool with the giant things and the new tile set and the crazy enemies and whatnot. And then they open the game and it's like, okay, now you have to play for 120 hours before you get
Yeah.
to that thing that you just saw that was super cool, and that trailer that you just saw. So for us, we do have to somehow reconcile the fact that obviously we have all of this gigantic game, but we also want that when people start playing, or you invite your friend to play with you, all sorts of things like that, we do want them to be able to join you in some way. Essentially, and if you think of any like MMO or whatever, whenever they release an expansion, essentially all the content before it kind of disappears in a way. So yeah, that is kind of what is being trying to solve here.
And we've been trying to solve this for a long time, and most of the effort has gone into just making the game easier to get through. Yeah, I think I can really break down the thought process here and what we're trying. And the reason we're talking about it on the dev stream is because we wanted, if we do it, so let me be clear, I'll do compartment one, is if we give players instant access to Whispers in the Walls, what does that look like? That's a player that has to have a Railjack, a Necromech, and they had to have done all the quests, which are my favorite things in the game, to be clear. And where we've had the most heated discussions is it looks disgusting if we tell people to skip our story, because we love our story and playing Warframe is playing our quests. But some people just won't do it, and they'll bounce off and they'll never play the latest cool content. So what do we do?
Yeah, I mean,
we agree and we just, yeah.
We've had these discussions many times, but yeah, it's a complicated one for sure.
Yeah. So it is complicated. It's not. Let's see. Co-op story quest would be a decent start. Some quests allow co-op, but that's not. What was the last co-op quest we even did?
Like the honest answer with the co-op quests, they take considerably longer to make. So dinner is like the first thing to go, just because they increase the complexity of making quests like a lot. So because of that, we tend to not do it. You know, obviously anything can be done. It just takes time away from other things. So it is just kind of that situation.
Yeah, because where we're at right now with Whispers of Law, and again, this is all just, we're having the conversation, is the new war is the prerequisite for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, we already know how much time it takes a player to get there, so how do we try and get there sooner to play this cool content?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now, but
so this the only because usually when we do a big cinematic quest, we say, get ready for the quest. In this case, if you've done the new war, you're ready for Whispers in the Walls, you're good to go. So yeah, that's all you
With full acknowledgement that we know for us and for a lot of players, when you ask what was your favorite moment in Warframe, and we know a lot of people will answer Second Dream, so it does feel crazy to skip it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I want to invite someone to play Warframe with me, it's kind of impossible, because when the new update comes, you know that they're gonna join, and it's like, okay, well, play for 100 hours, then let me know so that we can play together, and that is
which is the status quo.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That is the status quo, and that is it. So if a player wanted to get to Whispers in the Walls, and yeah, I don't want this to come across in anything other than this is the types of conversations we're having internally, and the reason we're talking about it now is to be open with the community about it. We would only, in a current version of this, replayable quests are what you get, right? So you can go back and play them immediately. Second Dream, War Within, Sacrifice, Chains of Harrow, and the New War. It's just about trying to figure out a way to get people through 10 years of content if they want to play the new stuff day one. It is the biggest issue, and actually with Deviri Paradox, we tried to hit that, right? We said, all right, Deviri Paradox is available as the new starting point to the game, because historically we've seen when we release something at the tail end of the game, which for a lot of us is what we're most excited to work on, so we really want to keep adding things to continue the story. Sometimes those things just don't work for update after update. So we're trying new things, or we may try new things. We're not going to go dark on this, and you won't hear from it. Next dev stream we'll have another conversation about this for sure, because it feels, I can see that people were even offended by the idea, so that's like an emotional reaction. So what is sustaining and fueling that reaction? Because it's such a rite of passage to play the Warframe story and to have like a pay to skip, which is our general pay to hurry up free to play model. Either you buy cosmetics or you rush things. You know, what is the healthier balance and what is the approach we need to take? So yeah.
Lots to talk about.
Oh yeah,
Take it
yeah,
all back.
Yeah. This is going to be the only thing on my mind for a month, so I will do a giant write-up on all those things.
Well, we're going to move on a little bit to
But you don't want to sit me and have me talk about this even more?
Cross save.
Cross save!
Alors, cross save.
Earlier on this week, you okay, Jay? Sorry.
I see people saying, just one more thing. Rework how the game progresses with quests. We have been. So we've changed junctions to be more quest focused, be more story focused. The 10.0 guide is pushing people through quests. We got rid of some crafting prerequisites, crafting times. Limbo theorem can be done much faster now. We are cleaning up the house before we even consider putting this poster up. This is definitely not an operation in not caring about the core, just to be clear. Anyway, sorry, now I've gone too far. But
Okay. Cross save. Earlier on this week, we did launch cross-platform friends and clans, meaning if you want to join your friend's clan on a different platform, you can even be friends with them on a different platform.
Yes.
So I can, ask my PlayStation player to be my friend in Warframe, and I can join their clan. We put that out this week. Back in, I think, TennoCon, obviously, when we were talking about Abyss of Daggett, we were saying there's, back-end code for cross-save and things we're working on, and this was kind of another big step that we needed to do in order to get ourselves to cross-save. So we're just continuing along the strides of getting cross-save ready, but we do have some things that are going to have to change for the name of parity, which is cross-save.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, like you said, the social database merge has occurred, so everyone can now be friends and clan members together across all platforms. So before we can launch the cross-save feature, we have to have parity on all of our offerings. So right now, there are things that just aren't the same on PC and console. So the first example of that would be something like the Ember Initiate Pack. That's something that costs platinum on one platform and cash on a different platform. So those things aren't in pair, so they need to be brought to parity. I think we're just retiring that pack.
Yeah, there's a few things, per platform that aren't on other platforms. So we're just going to retire some things. We'll give you heads up notice on retiring those things. But yeah.
Yes. So we do need to just do basically a store audit so that we are compliant with everything that allows cross-save to exist with multiple platform partners. So the things like the Ember Pack, the Initiate Pack are going to be retired, I think. I know I just said that. But the other thing that has to change is Prime Access, because that is different on consoles and PC. So on PC, you can get Prime Access in technically 4 bundles, which is Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and then Prime accessories separate. And on consoles, you can do 2 bundles, which is just accessories and just the Prime gear. So we're merging to the console way, but adding a complete pack. Because right now on console, you have to make 2 purchases to get everything. You have to make your accessories purchase and your frame purchase, and then you have the whole pack. So we're adding a full pack to consoles, and then on PC, we're making a full accessories pack, and we're actually adding more accessories. So every Prime Access, and but cool accessories too. So everything, there's going to be more platinum in it. And just in general, there will be platinum in it. But we're also just giving you more. So every Prime Access is going to now come with additional items for accessories. So your accessories pack will have more in it to match the value on consoles. So there will be 3 packs total. This will start with our next Prime Access, and it has to be in parity for all platforms for cross-save to work. So that means that with the next Prime Access, you will see 3 packs, which is actually a change for both platforms. The PC has 4 right now and console has 2, so everyone will have 3, and they will be identical, because right now they are not identical.
Yeah.
That's Prime Access.
Moving on, as we mentioned, Devstream 175. So November Devstream is going to be not only our last Devstream of 2023, which is actually crazy, but it is going to be our Whispers in the Wall dedicated Devstream. We'll talk more about cross save and how that's progressing. I think I have a slide.
How are we handling Tenogen? I see people asking for cross save.
We have some plans.
Okay, so
share it right
there
now.
is a lot. So not only is it technically the biggest thing we've done in a long time to get cross save working, just economically and 10 years of things, getting everything squared away so there's a very clear, this is how it will work and this is how it won't. And I'm talking about every, item that we sell has to be the same on all platforms, hence this whole Prime Access and the Ember changes. And then Tenogen is going to be its own item where here is exactly how it's going to work, because eventually when we talk more about cross save, we're also going to talk about account merging, and if your PC died so you started playing on PS5, what happens there? So we have to cover every single case with exactly how it's going to work, and I think we should have news on that in the November Devstream.
Yeah, the November Devstream is going to be the cross save conversation. We'll talk about trading, where we land on that.
But I don't think, just for people that are interested in Tenogen this year, we're not even releasing any more Tenogen this year, because we want to get our systems in order before we add anything else to Tenogen.
Yeah.
So
And the one big driving factor of Tenogen for cross save is we do not want to affect the actual artist. Our main goal is to make sure that everyone is good for Tenogen if you are an artist. We're not trying to screw anyone over. We just need to make sure we have parity, but we also want to make sure we take care of our Tenogen artists.
Yeah, and I think it's not funny, but when you ask about cross save, we're like, yeah, it's coming, but if we could spend a whole hour explaining every it's a lot. We're it's the most requested feature. I need it so badly. So it's just, we have to do it right, because you can't unring the bell, you can't close. It's like, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations that still have to be had that we are having. It's still a 2023 initiative that we're doing for cross save.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, the main thing is you need to have parity across all platforms in order for it to be allowed. So that's just what we're doing. So we're trying.
Yep. And I think that the big thing about Tenogen is it will collapse if we close the Steam purchasing of it. So that is going to stay open, because otherwise, like Megan said, we have to do right by the artists.
Yeah.
So
number one goal for sure. Yeah. But Devstream 175 in November is going to be our big
I can talk more about it when we're done. I know you said an hour max, so depending on how close we're getting there, I'll go over everything.
We're 15 minutes over.
Are we actually?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Devstream 175 will be our big whispers in the wall Devstream, and it will be everything cross save. We're working on, even FAQ web posts and stuff for cross save. So we're pulling it all out for the November Devstream, which will again be our last one of 2023, because we're not going to do one at the end of December, because we will be in Christmas mode. I didn't say the C word. But just to recap a little bit for Whispers in the Wall, I do have a slide.
Ouais, donc ce qui arrive du coup dans le murmure, dans le mur. Ouais, la suite de la nouvelle guerre, des options d'histoire, ouais, des events de clans, une nouvelle Warframe, Corvex, le skin du coup de Sevagos, des nouveaux skins, donc des nouveaux shaders, technologie machin, ouais. J-volume, ouais, la technologie.
We got a queue, guys. We got a queue.
What is Corvex? Who is Corvex?
I really tried to convince her that the first queue should be named Queso, but she refused.
Queso?
Queso? Like the cheese?
Yeah, I was into queso, but I didn't think I could justify it from a lore point of view to have queso the frame. But Corvex is our frame coming in Whispers in the Walls. You'll see more about him in November Devstream.
I did spoil that name to a few people at Tentacle, so thank you for not spreading it. Yeah, no, sorry, boss.
Q out of the bag. You let the Q out.
I think we didn't say it on 10 Alive, did we?
I think you mentioned Q is coming.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's fine. You'll learn all about Corvex on the November Devstream and what that warframe will be.
Donc ouais, on verra ça au prochain du stream.
Yay! All right, we're gonna wrap it up because I tried to keep it an hour. I really tried.
We'll do a bit of Q&A. A bit of Q&A. Sorry, Meg, you can't let you. Did we do prizes? Have we done a Grendel prize?
That's a great.
We only did one.
Yeah,
and the Kavat.
Keeping me honest, Grant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Run another 1,000 platinum.
And I'll answer some questions while we wait.
Very well. If you have any questions for DE Steve, he is here in the flesh.
Yeah, that's right. Please. Yeah. Okay.
1,000 platinum going to
Impending June 15th.
Pending June 15th.
Ooh, that's a bad
Spooky.
omen.
Please whisper the Warframe Twitch channel you watch right now. In-game alias platform play Warframe Online will get you 1,000 platinum. Impending June 15th. Should you just run it again, Danny, if you don't mind? Yeah.
Back
Jeez.
to back.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah, I think that just as a general punctuation mark for the probably the, you know, in the scope of this dev stream talking about the story skip, punctuation 1 is I'm very humbly suggesting that this is very work in progress, and if we do it, I want to do it right. So definitely let, you know, reactions, thoughts, comparisons even. I was doing a lot of research in other games for these types of things and just trying to figure out how do we do it? Should we do it? And we came to conclusions, but of course we are working with the community in a very humble manner to figure out exactly what would look appropriate there. So please reach out to me on that. I'm not going away in some never think about it again mode. And then, yeah, so for the prime access changes is the other one. But is there a winner?
Congrats, Runic Robin.
You can read that from there?
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
I mean, I'm all about that.
You think those are for show, Meg?
Those are some specs.
Highly tuned glasses.
Yeah. Runic Rubin?
Robin.
Robin. Please whisper the Warframe Twitch channel you watch right now. In-game alias platform play Warframe Online will get your 1,000 platinum. Run rental. Back to back, baby.
That's a lot of prizes. Did they talk about cross save? We did. We are doing it this year. We're getting everything going. We'll have a lot of written word on how it's going to work. Oh, we got a winner.
Diagnosis 7.
Ooh.
7.
Congratulations.
Please whisper the Warframe Twitch channel you watch right now. In-game alias platform play Warframe Online and we'll get you your Grendel Prime access. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. Soul frame. You know, got lots of soul frame use this year. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see?
Sure do. Big year for soul frame. Lots of cool stuff. What else we got? Any prizes moment? That's right. We do have a prizes moment.
We do have more hotfixes coming out for
Yes.
Abyss of Dagon.
Steve actually just texted me, so I'm nervous.
We do have more hotfixes in the works. Grant's got to fix some companion
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, there's still a few things here and there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I actually did see some issues as well for some of the cross-platform clans, so we're looking into some of those issues as well.
Get your clans together for the event.
Yeah, I
Now
mean,
you
what a
can do
better
them
time to
across platforms.
join
Oh
someone on a different
yeah,
platform.
you can do cross-platform clans now. We could have our cross-platform clans.
Why not?
No, well, I mean they're there. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I wonder if there's anything fun we could do to celebrate with this. Our first clan operation that's cross-platform clans. We should do something cool. Like if you, yeah.
Grant's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, am I implementing this?
Yeah,
give me
you
some
are.
more work.
No, that's why I'm looking at you. I'm like, yeah. Because you're gonna be hooking it up. So
Do you have time?
yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up unless you want some more Q&A wrap. I mean, Steve.
Graphics,
Graphics.
shaders,
Fog.
fog.
Wrap it up.
What?
Wrap it up.
Goodbye. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching the dev stream. Oh my god. Okay, bye.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Listen to Rolo Tomasi. I love Rolo Tomasi. Listen to Rolo Tomasi.
All right, we'll see you in November for Devstream 175. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Clac. Non, c'était pas bon. Hop. Pef. Alors, petit récap vite fait. Je suis trop près. Voilà. Du coup, petit récap vite fait avant de couper le stream et passer à autre chose. Du coup, des révélations d'aujourd'hui. Donc, les informations principales à retenir. Que plus d'informations sera prévues pour le mois prochain concernant la prochaine mise à jour majeure. Prochaine mise à jour majeure sera prochain Devstream sera concernera surtout du coup les murmures dans le mur. Voilà. Après on a eu surtout un peu plus d'infos mais sans plus. On sait que le Godva Prime reviendra à partir du 3 novembre chez Barokiti. Avec ceci, on aura du coup des remasterisations de fumée. Avec ceci. Ouais, non, je vais pas faire un recap en français non plus écrit. Hein. Remasterisation des sons, si je me trompe pas. Enfin, des musiques, du coup. Non. Des remasterisations au niveau du système de fumée, Warframe. Avec une vidéo qu'on a vue, du coup, tout à l'heure. Avec ceci, des nouveautés niveau skin pour les opérateurs. J'ai un doute. Des améliorations au rendu des skins de l'opérateur. Voilà. Des concepts art des nouveaux ennemis de la faction Murmure. Avec un concept en même temps qu'on a eu de Albrecht Antrati. Un skin d'ennemi infesté qui a été révélé. Une nouvelle opération pour les clans. Un event opération gargouille. Si je crois que c'est ça. C'est les cris des gargouilles ou un truc comme ça. Je sais pas comment ça va être sorti. Exprès pour les clans du coup. Le skin de Sevagos avec une musique j'aime bien. Ouais, je l'aime bien. Par contre, derrière, il y a tout qui me fait de la merde derrière. Hop. Voilà. Avec une tombe et du coup, enfin le 1, 2, 3. La tombe entre guillemets de Sevagos quand il décède, du coup, enfin quand il meurt du coup. Avec un skin son skin de luxe du coup exprès. Le skin de la tombe quand il tombe à terre du coup après. Un skin de luxe de Épitaphe. Une épaulière avec un poisson. Concernant du coup le cross-save qui continue encore cette année avec, si j'ai cru comprendre, avec l'ajout des donations. Donc je crois que c'est offrir des cadeaux, etc. En même temps, je crois que ça parlait de platinium, etc. Donc échanger les platiniums, enfin échanger plein de packs, je pense, offrir, etc. dans tout ce qu'il y a dans le marché. Et je pense que ça sera mieux redit après, soit dans le recap de Kev, soit dans le Devstream du mois prochain, concernant le cross-save. Et du coup, recap de la prochaine mise à jour principale, de l'update 35. On aura une suite de la quête du coup de la nouvelle guerre avec des options d'histoire. Ouais, demain matin. Ouais. Voilà, demain matin du coup. Un event court après le lancement. Non, un event après le lancement du coup exprès pour les clans. La prochaine Warframe Corvex. Donc Sevagos, j'en ai parlé. Des nouveautés qui allaient arriver concernant la fumée, etc. Les GI volumes. Et je crois que c'est déjà pas mal déjà. Donc on se retrouvera le mois prochain pour le dernier Devstream. Je vais couper le stream spécial Devstream là. Je reviens dans une petite demi-heure je pense. Pour un stream d'une bonne heure. Exprès sur du Warframe. Allez, à toutes!